So with the help of Hashem, we are in Parashat Tetze, and we want to get some Kabbalistic inspiration from the Holy Zohar. So I'm reading in Parashat Tetze, page 220a, Reish Pei Amud Aleph. The subject matter that we are dealing here is about the connection of Moshe Rabenu and Mashiach. And obviously it's a very big subject matter, and it's a very long article of the Zohar that is challenging to give it over because it is very deep and complex. But I want to take few points, and with the help of Hashem, it will give a certain understanding that is important for us to have. So we have this principle that we know that it says in the Torah that no one knows the place of the burial of Moshe Rabenu. Okay? It says in דברים ל"ד, ולא ידע איש את קבורתו עד היום הזה. No one knows where Moshe Rabenu is buried. So the Zohar says that shame should be those people that their eyes are blocked and they don't know where is the burial place of Moshe Rabenu. What does it mean? So the Zohar says that Moshe Rabenu was praying to Hashem that he will not be buried like other people. What does it mean? That most of the people, when they are getting buried, when they are defined as dead. So Moshe Rabenu, he didn't want to be defined as dead. And in the other hand, we have a pasuk in Yeshua that it says, Moshe Avdi met. So there was death by Moshe Rabenu. So then the Zohar explains that the point is that Moshe Rabenu was not afraid to leave the world by death and to go to the next world. That those that they don't know the place of the burial of Moshe Rabenu, that means that they don't understand that transformation from this world to the world to come. Now, another point that is important, that is connected to that, and that's also part of the article here, is about the difference between being buried in Eretz Israel and being buried outside of Eretz Israel. We know that Moshe Rabenu was buried outside of Eretz Israel. We know that today more and more, but it was also in the past, people are trying very hard to be buried in Eretz Israel. There was many great rabbis that it was very important for them to come before they die to Eretz Israel, that they will die in Eretz Israel and they will be buried in Eretz Israel. And today, even people that passed away in outside of Eretz Israel, many people, they are flying their bodies to Eretz Israel that they will be buried in Eretz Israel. And by the way, it's a lot of money. I know someone that his mother passed away in Canada, and it was, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of dollars for him to fly the body and to get the burial place in Eretz Israel. It's a lot of money, very expensive. So what really is the difference? Let's see. It says in the Zohar that there is a concept that it's true to say that the people that are dead in Eretz Israel, it says Einam Chaim, they are not alive. But what does it mean that they are dead? Obviously they are not alive. So what does it mean that they are not alive? So some people, they understand that it means that they will not have Tchiyat HaMetim, that they will not have the resurrection outside of Eretz Israel. So the Zohar says, no, that's a mistake to say that. They will have resurrection. They can be part of Tchiyat HaMetim if they did good in this world, no problem. So someone that he says that people outside of Eretz Israel are not getting resurrection is kofar. He doesn't have enough faith in Tchiyat HaMetim. He thinks that Tchiyat HaMetim is something that is limited only for Eretz Israel. It's not true. So what does it mean? What is really the difference between being buried in Eretz Israel and being buried in Chutz La'aretz? So the Zohar is saying that the place of the burial outside of Eretz Israel, it is something that it's like not fitting. It's not, there's something that is like, let's say, a parable for that would be if somebody is coming with to a like a fancy party with shorts and a t-shirt. It's not fitting. It's not. You're coming to something to like important event. You're not coming like that. It's not fitting. So for the neshama of someone Jewish, someone righteous, there's something that is not fitting to be buried in outside of Eretz Israel. It's not, doesn't mean that it's not possible. Yeah, you can go into an important event with shorts and t-shirt, but there's something that is not fitting. But it's possible. It's not that it's not possible. It's not out. Just there's something that is not fitting. So the Zohar is bringing the pasuk from Tehillim 42, Eretz Tzia ve'ayef bli mayim. Outside of Eretz Israel is like a desert that there's no water. So if they ask you, where do you want to live? Most of the people, they don't say, I want to live in the desert. There is people that they like to live in the desert, but most of the people, they don't like to live in the desert. Why? Because it's a desert, there's no water. Today, maybe you have water system, you have a tap, so you open, the water comes out. But imagine yourself that to live in the desert and you don't have water supply. You have to go to find water whenever you want to drink. It doesn't make sense, right? No one wants to live like that. That's why until our generation, the desert was pretty much empty. Just in our generation that they put like plumbing systems everywhere and water system everywhere. So it's not so difficult like it used to be. But so basically it means that the desert, Chutz La'aretz, is not a place that it fits to live for someone that he wants to have spiritual life, to be connected with Hashem. And also about the burial place. Someone that is connected to Hashem is buried in Chutz La'aretz, so there's something not fitting, because spiritual sense, it's a place that is like desert. And what is the water that is missing? In a desert, the water is missing. So what in the parable, what is the water that are missing? So we know there's the concept that en mayim ela Torah. The water, it means Torah. So even though there is many rabbis that are in Chutz La'aretz, also in the past generation, also in our generation, there is great rabbis outside of Eretz Israel. But even though, it's not the same. It's not that level of Torah. Anyhow, I don't want to go to read like the whole thing, because it will take much more time than what we have. So I wanted to make the connection between that and Mashiach, between Moshe Rabenu and Mashiach. So before I'm reading from the Zohar, I just want to explain that the understanding that I got from the Arizal, and with that understanding we can understand what the Zohar says here, that really Moshe Rabenu is the same neshama as Mashiach. Okay, there is. It's not so clear, because by Mashiach we have Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David and Moshe Rabenu. So it's like three aspects of the revelation of Mashiach. But in a certain way, you can say that Moshe Rabenu is the main figure of Mashiach. Okay, we have like Mashiach ben Yosef in the left, Mashiach ben David in the right, and Moshe Rabenu is in the middle. So that's like the main channel of the revelation of the redemption. So here. There is a pasuk that it speaks about the redemption, that the Christians, they love to quote this pasuk. For them, this is one of the main psukim that they like to say over and over in Isaiah 53. It's a famous chapter that they like so much. So the pasuk, it's that one of the psukim that it says there, Chaburato nirpa lanu. In his the literal meaning that they like to emphasize is Chaburato is like when he's getting harmed, he's getting weak, wounded. Nirpa lanu, so we getting healing. Yeah. So this is what they like to say. So what does it mean here in the Zohar? The Zohar brings this pasuk, and it's talking about that connection of Moshe Rabenu and Mashiach. So Chaburato, the place of getting wound, is in Chutz La'aretz, and this is connected to Moshe Rabenu, that he was buried in Chutz La'aretz. So he's getting wounded, as if spiritual sense, because he's buried in Chutz La'aretz. Yeah. So if you take the lehavdil to make a differentiation, 1,000 million differentiations. If you take someone that is like a president, prime minister, and you take him with his pajama and you put him in in front of the TV of the whole world. So he's very embarrassed. With my pajama, you take me and I need to make an announcement in front of the whole world with my pajama. It's very embarrassing. So that embarrassment, that idea that I was speaking about before, that it's not fitting. So for Moshe Rabenu to be buried outside of Eretz Israel, it is something that is very embarrassing, very not fitting, because he's symbolizing the absolute elevation, the maximum elevation that a human being can reach to, the highest level of prophecy. And he's buried in a place that is like a desert spiritually. How can it be? It should be in the top of the world, in the highest place, the most spiritual world. Maybe, I don't know, inside of Bet HaMikdash. What can be fitting for the burial place for Moshe Rabenu? We don't have something like that, yeah? At least like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the Meiron, in a mountain like that, in Eretz Israel, something like that. But to be outside of Eretz Israel and no one know where it is, no one can go to pray there. It's not fitting. It's not respect for Moshe Rabenu. So that's like Chavurato. That's the aspect of he's getting wounded. He's getting hurt. And what is the healing? According to the Zohar, says the Zohar. Okay, I will read a little bit. Nirpa lanu de'antu keshimsha denahir. So they speak with the neshama of Moshe Rabenu here. Yeah, they speak with him. So they speak to Moshe Rabenu and they tell him, you are like the sun that is shining, that even though in the night we don't see the sun and it is hiding, it's still bringing the light to earth through the moon, right? In the night, we don't see the sun, but the sunlight reaches the earth because it reflects through the moon, right? And according to Zohar, also the rest of the stars. But the point is, the light of Moshe Rabenu is coming to us, even though we don't have Moshe Rabenu with us, but it's coming to us through the rabbis that are alive today. The rabbis that they have the tradition that goes back to Moshe Rabenu. So they are bringing that light, they are revealing that light to the world, the light of the neshama of Moshe Rabenu. ולו ישתקיין בגניזו כמבוע דהשתקיין לאילנין תחת שורשעון בגניזו. It says the connected to the parable that I like to use about the spring, that it's like the spring that is hidden, but from the water that comes out of the spring, eventually it brings the life, the water, to all of the trees. So you see that there's trees, you see that there's fruits. So obviously there is water that are coming. So even though you don't see the source of the water, where it's coming out from, but you understand that there is a connection. Until a certain point that the spring breaks out and getting to be revealed. Yeah? After it is hidden when it goes inside of the mountain, in a certain point it breaks outside and flows in a revealed way. So what is that revelation? This is basically Mashiach. With Mashiach, that is explaining to us in a deeper way the Torah of Moshe Rabenu. Yeah? So this is the concept of Yafutzu Ma'ayonotecha Chutza. Chabad, they like to use this parable about teaching Hasidut. But it's not only Hasidut, it's all of the Torah. The Mashiach, the Torah of Mashiach is the meaning, or the deeper meaning of all of the Torah. So basically what we see here in the Torah, in the Zohar, that the Torah, all of the generations, it's a continuation of the light of Moshe Rabenu. But through the generations, it is hidden. So people from outside, people that are not connected to that lineage of the Torah, they don't see the connection. They don't realize. They can just see the fruits. So they see like Jewish people that are doing all kinds of acts of chesed, kindness, they are nice, polite. So that's what they see. They see only the fruits. They don't see the connection, the internal connection. But in time of Mashiach, so there is a revelation that we see that all the time it was connected to the neshama of Moshe Rabenu, and it's all one thing. It's all one thing, and this is a very, very important, strong understanding that we get in the Zohar of this parasha. And for me, one of the important things that I managed to do with the help of Hashem is to track back the whole lineage from the rabbis that I connect with them, that I got my smicha from them, to how it goes back to Moshe Rabenu. So I have the list of all of the rabbis. It goes back from myself to Moshe Rabenu, and it is very important for anyone that wants to bring the Torah, to expand the Torah, to bring the fruits of the learning, to know how it's connected to this lineage. What is the connection? That gives a lot of strength. So we'll hold it here for today, and I will say bracha v'atzlacha for everybody, that Hashem will help all of us to be connected to the right lineage and to have the privilege to be part of the revelation of the Torah, to be connected and to be an observant of the revelation of Torah of Mashiach Bezrat Hashem soon. And that's definitely one of the purposes of the learning that we're doing, is to have the merit in this learning to be part of the learning with Mashiach when it comes. And that's something that I heard from my Rabbi, Rav Israel Avichai, that I learned Kabbalah by him. He said, all what we are learning Kabbalah today is that we'll have the permission to go into the shiur of Mashiach. When Mashiach is giving a Torah class, so it will be based on the Torah that we have now. It will be much more advanced. But if you don't have the basic, so you cannot connect to the advanced revelation. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to connect ourselves to the lineage of the Torah, the tradition of the Torah that comes from Moshe Rabenu, and then we can, B'ezrat Hashem, when we have the privilege to be in the shiur of Mashiach, so then we have the full connection from beginning to end, B'ezrat Hashem. ברכה והצלחה, תודה רבה, many blessings for everybody.